Hello once again to another game of myself on my main account. It's Abbasid versus Ottomans on Arabia, I think. It's with B.6. Um, oh, I have it in my friend list. I think we played in a tournament before against each other, so he's normally around my level. So it should be a relatively even match. Let's see. The matchup, Ottomans is probably the strongest civ at the moment, or at least one of the strongest civs. But I would say Abbasid is probably the matchup it's the best against Ottomans. Also, I think Ottomans have a little bit of a problem to push Abbasid in more or less any stage of the game. Also, they have. I think the feudal age push of Ottomans can be really strong, but if I go culture wing, I more or less counter that. The castle age push can be really strong, but to be honest, even if I go culture wing on top 2 TCs behind that, if I got 2 springles and the 1 Meganel or 2 Meganels, Ottomans can't really contest it that fast, and I'm on 3 TCs at that point, and Ottomans just will fall behind, and I'm also probably fast on the relics. Yeah, the early as a Dark Age Spearman can be annoying for sure, but to be fair, I have a backwards gold spawn with a closed off gold, so if he scouts it directly, he can walk up like this and go to my gold villagers, and he probably can stop my really fast castle age, but to be honest, I can just top your barracks archer range, top 1-2 archers out of it and contest it. I also can go culture wing. With relatively heavy spearman archers, something like around that, and then go military wing as a follow-up, and even go in feudal age, 1 or 2 TCs, and with military wing I just get the better units. And that's the problem with the spearman. Where is he? Oh, he didn't even rally him. That's quite a mistake, I would say. Because to be honest, yeah, he could have stopped me on the berries. That would be a plus side of sending them out. As in general, I would always send them out just to get some map control, but to be honest, I don't think they would have done much. And also as Abbasid, they have a relatively fast feudal age. You don't want to stay too long around, because if Abbasid gets an archer out, your spearmen won't have the best of times against it. Let's see what I go. Do I get the preservation of knowledge upgrades through before? No, I won't get it through before he gets age up. Okay, he goes for that's a mistake. I would have kept this villager on gold, to be honest, and just rallied a new one or pull 2 of wood. That's a really long walking distance. I don't think it's worth. I think it would along this time of walking, you probably could have built a lumber camp here, sent one of your lumber, the guy from gold to lumber here, and one of the lumber guys here to mining. Also, not quite that bad, but it's around 20 wood or something, so with French, it would be probably worth to build a lumber camp. Now he's out with his 3 spearmen. Amazing. Because I'm a fucking greedy asshole, I'm going equal upgrades and now military. Sometimes I really wonder what I'm doing in my games. Also, I understand the culturing for fast castle age versus Ottomans. I just can go spears with mega nets, and Ottomans can't really push me, and I can drop military wing, eco wing with 3 TCs in castle age and have my fun with that. So I'm not too worried about that. I got stables. Okay, I like that. To be fair, I actually like that play. Because I still get a fast castle age. I get a few horsemen against his archers. Yeah, he goes for Sefahi, of course. Second military school, so that won't be, I think, a feudal push, but maybe it will. He switches back spears. One archer, interesting. Oh yeah, he has actually an archer range. And the imam push, so that's for sure an all-in. A very powerful all-in, even. Okay. I have the balls of... Let's go blacksmith. Yeah, okay, it's a good idea versus Ottoman archer push to get iron undermesh. But to be honest, at the moment I don't think archers are my problem. At the moment I have more the feeling the mass is a problem, but... Okay, we committing for the castle age. Damn. Damn. So I'm not really sure about my eco upgrades. To be absolutely honest. I could have been now castle age or something like that with the same amount of... To be fair, my eco would be worse than his. Would be worse than his at the moment, but... Also failed to produce a villager because we both didn't kill him. I know I don't have fresh food stuff. He still forgot to produce one. Oh, there's quite a lot in the queue and just a little bit low on... Oh my god. Nice horseman micro. So I'm really going... Damn. I got... Oh yeah, nice. He's committing to more spearmen. That's really good for me because I'm going spearman, eco-wing Abbasid versus an all-in Ottoman in the castle age. Oh. This... I think that's a little bit greedy, but... Okay. I think I could have gone double barracks, archery ranges, and probably go for... So I really go for heavy boom. Oh, I produced a few more horsemen. I go for heavy boom. Oh, I like that. That's quite a good move. Because I killed a few... Oh yeah, I lost a horseman. But yeah, the overvalue I killed was positively. But the hugest thing is... I think I killed 2 archers. And because I'm mainly going to play spearman, I think. To be fair, I have Meganet, so... Archers aren't that big of a problem. Do I get a Meganel? Please God tell me I get a Meganel before the second TC. Ah, Muskis. Please? Why on God's earth I didn't build a... I'm just absolutely mad sometimes, I think. Yeah, the push isn't that bad. Only 2 rams. Yeah, it's okay at the moment for me. Very ineffective minute. Oh yeah, let's get second lumber preservation. It's only 280 resources. Maybe, just maybe. Okay, I don't really get this push, to be honest. I don't think this push does anything. Especially now. Okay, he misclicked on the Meganel. Okay, now I get the second to see. So, yeah. Okay. So, I built a moss before I'm Meganel. And then I didn't produce units and got a ton of... Oh, now I get fresh foodstuffs. A little bit later. Okay, okay, now I have only second TC, but maybe not quite the time to get fresh foodstuffs. Just saying. As I'm not quite sure about why I'm getting second wood upgrade. Instead, I don't know of spearmen or men at arms. He had 3 villagers. I killed 1. And I lost 1 from fresh food stuff, so I'm only behind now. Because he forgot in the start to produce 1, I think. Wow, he killed my value because of the Meganel suicide, I guess. Okay, I quite like this keep. But... yeah, that's quite good for me. I don't know if he didn't saw or... What's quite good for me. As I don't really know what he wants to do back here. And I'm out of stone. That's Let's see what I do. Now I catched up in villages again, and he's also soon in castle age. But I'm already getting the second. Okay, that's quite a nice outpost. I think I built it after I saw it on the town center, but I'm a big fan of that. Also getting a spring emplacement. Also, that's a nice catch. I'm guessing I'm not long in villages ahead. Here would be an outpost really good as well. At least a few I can survive. Just lost 13 villagers. Only 10 behind. To be fair, I'm a TC ahead, so that's quite good for me. And he has man-at-arms in his base. And he's also losing villagers now. But he's still 8 villagers ahead. No, but yeah, second TC should deal quite well with that, and yeah, he's still losing villagers. And he switches into crossbow, man. I love to see that. The crossbow switch I'm a big fan of because, to be honest, I think archers are better versus Abbasid. Because the only thing I have to do now is switch from man-at-arms into spearmen, where I'm already getting the upgrade. And I have 2 units that counter, hard counter his, I have a unit that hard counters Sapphire. I can produce mega nades in field that hard counters his crossbows. And I would say Abbasid spearmen in mass soft counters crossbows. Oh, he goes archers. Again, okay. That's probably Janissaries as well. Because crossbowman 120, that's only 80, and a spearman is what? 80, 80 resources, 60 of that food, so absolute fresh unit. Because you normally have the most food income. To be fair, I have at the moment the most food income, but usually have a relatively high food income. Oh, that's a nice wedding night. I wanted to say... Jesus Christ. Can I please kill units when I wanna go forward? Well, and now I'm at least marking him back so he doesn't die. Oh, and how is his sweat going? I guess the knight is the lancer is more important. I guess. And now I'm at least realizing it too, and he's realizing it as well. Oh, he thinks the relic is more important. How many relics do I have? 3. So I already have half of the relics. Oh, I killed a few more. That's nice what I'm doing. I'm constantly waiting him somewhere. Oh, one more lancer. +1 on attack would be really nice, so I actually can 2-hit villagers. I don't know. I think it could help. I don't know, any upgrades in the blacksmith could help. Ah. More horsemen? Okay, I go more horsemen. Why on God's earth I go more horsemen? Okay, he goes siege. Oh yeah, he goes siege. If I want more horsemen, that makes sense, but I think a few more barracks would have done the job quite well as well, but okay. So my third CC is on the deal now. Now I have a 10 villager lead, probably because I catched up in actual weights. Ah, got a relic. Maybe I get it back as well. He's now on 2 CCs. But yeah, I'm on 3, so I quite live with that. Oh, he goes for knights. I have terrible news for you. I think knights aren't the best option versus Abbasid. Yeah, for waiting they're great. But maybe man at arms? I don't know, you have a shit ton of food and not that much gold. Maybe man at arms? Or are you producing them out? Oh, you're producing them out of the military school. Uncon is a bit better. Or at least use the knights. These knights could be here, these knights could be here, these knights, and to be fair, there's not so much waiting space, but here it would be okay to wait. Here not that much anymore, here is also not that good, but he has spots to wait definitely, and he can kill villagers. To be fair, if you want, I think he needs to kill 2-3 villagers with a knight to be worth it, but let's see how he's doing. Okay, he's rolling off heavily. There's 20 villagers now behind. He's in eco upgrades behind. So to be honest, I'm quite happy in my position at the moment. I think I shouldn't be in this position at the moment, but somehow I am. And I'm banking a shit ton of resources. Yeah, let's go military wing. Okay. And that was this push. Still a Meganelling queue. Do we get a Trebuchet switch? I'm probably still the only Abbasid player who refuses to build walls. But okay. Okay, got my market finally to trade some gold into food probably. And my spearman trading relatively well at the moment. I think this Meganel is dead. So he's trading a lot better than me, but I should have still more resources. And maybe I start spending it on maybe some turrets? As I know horsemen are good, but okay, another keep that also will solve the problem, I guess. Oh yeah, also keeps are quite good versus Ottomans. Who would have thought that? Oh yeah, I have hand cannoneers from the House of Wisdom. To be honest, I think in this position I actually could go for mass archers. I think the mass archers in Imperial Age are actually good of Abbasid. But yeah, I think I'm going for spearmen. We killed a few villagers again. Only 50. Wasn't that big of a deal, I just got behind the villagers again. But yeah, I think it's more or less over. So yeah, he killed 50 villagers, but should still catch up again relatively soon. I have better eco upgrades, also a lot better eco upgrades. My villagers are actually more or less AoE villagers on the pilot buff versus non-upgraded villagers at all besides wood villagers. My military units are really strong. Okay. So I go for lancers now. Interesting move. Yeah, to be fair, spearman lancers also is quite okay. Or do I go camel lancers? Because he actually has a lot of knights and actually imperial camels are quite good. Camel rider costs 240 and he also costs 240.
أجيد على استعداد للمهمة التالية.
They have +5 armor upgrades. So they have the same melee armor than a lancer, but worse range armor. Interesting. But yeah, they shred. As Imperial Age camels with fully upgraded, I don't think a lance ever can fight that. To be fair, his lancers also already can fight the leader lancers because they have just higher damage and way more HP. And that's Golden Age 3, so we have 20% better villagers. And from that upgrade we have 25 or 28 improved villagers. And yeah, let's say it's only 5%, so that's 25% better villagers alone from the reason I'm playing Abbasid. Then wheelbarrow on top of that. Everywhere I eco upgrade more than he does. So I have the terrible feeling his eco is a lot worse than mine. Okay. Okay. I think I got too much villagers. It's on me. No, I'm not crazy at all. To be fair, his villagers will probably die as well because of that, but... Oh, he's also Imperial Age now. But yeah, Imperial Age Ottomans... They are a little weak, to be honest, because... Yeah, they could go for trade, and yeah, they have really good trade in later stage of the game, but everything else of them is just meh. Yeah, you get a lot of units for free out of the military schools, a lot of knights, but to be honest, he actually should have gone Janissary. Probably would have worked better. Hey, I'm up in trade value. Impressive. Also, I'm amazed that I have no. Hey, I killed now 59 villages from 20, so I killed more or less 40 villagers in the past minutes with the knights. Okay, that's quite good. And I wanted to say, so am I absolutely mad that I'm playing with 4 barracks Abbasid? These barracks are so fucking lame. I should have had 12 barracks from minute 15 on, I think. Or 20 maybe. Yeah. Abbasid Spearman in action. To be fair, I have 59 military cap and he had probably 40. Maybe 20. And yeah, that's Abbasid in late game. Abbasid in late game just wants over you. I don't know what else to say. This unit, it's absolutely mad. Maybe actually use it. Wow. Wow. How much does this thing cost? 900. To be fair, I think it's an actual counter to Spearman. To be fair, it's an actual counter to Man-at-Arms at Knights, but... Yeah, we see the revolver connection. This temple is territory. Oh yeah. That's actually a good building, because you get... That's actually a... I think it's better than the keep, because it's an eco building in theory, because it produces goes from 40% I think to 60%. Yeah. So that's 20% faster military production out of how many military schools? 1 per age, that's 4, that's 5 I think. So yeah, that's more or less a 6th military school from this Istanbul observatory. So that's quite good for the late game. So what's that? 240 resources every 120. 240 resources every 140 seconds or something. Let's say 120, that's 2 minutes. That's 120 resources a minute. Oh yeah, GG. 120 resources a minute, good. Not really, no. So maybe the keep is actually the better landmark. Yeah. I think, yeah, this could be here if I skip the eco upgrades. If I got them here, if I got them here one Mangonel and produce Spearman. Here the second TC with the 2-3 barracks Spearman, 2-3 TCs. Because I actually wasn't that behind, to be fair, it should be then here. 2-3 TCs up on here. And then I should have one. So we could probably get this whole thing back here and it would be more or less the same. So yeah, I think the early game versus Ottomans, I just should go fast castle age, skip the eco upgrades, then go eco upgrades and top the TCs after I got a Mangonel or 2 with a lot of spearmen. Military count, yeah, that's quite normal. That's also fine, it's also fine. Yeah, if I would actually be castle age here, I should produce units, I should have produced units, I should produce units, I should produce units. Okay, I started to produce units. Got a few more units, traded quite good because I didn't have that much units, but okay. Got Imperial Age at the same time. I don't know, I got Imperial Age and started to get more units as if I didn't have enough production buildings here. So maybe 5 or 6 more barracks here in this area. And yeah, here I added. I got Imperial Age, I stabilized, if you look at the villager count. Imperial Age, stabilized after Imperial Age. Yeah, I was a little bit behind the villager count. The villager graph is an absolute nightmare because of these 2 random suicides of villagers. On my side, I think his side was, yeah, he reacted to some raids pretty bad. This one was a really good raid of him on my stone food camp on the outside. Hurt a lot, but to be fair, it was also quite greedy of myself. But I think that one was a really good raid. This one... and I think this was the second keep drop or something, or was that the raid and this the keep drop? The keep drop was, it was okay that I lost villagers. But yeah, the villagers here, that's an absolute joke. Yeah, I wanted to keep, wanted to get this gold and proper keep there, but maybe I should have looked at the villagers and seen that they went through a fucking wall, so it's probably not a good idea to one in there, but okay. Happens. Shouldn't happen, but yeah. Yeah, military. I killed more units than him. Okay, got knights. Normally that never happens for me with Abbasid. Waste my buildings, lost least buildings, largest army for me, but to be honest, I think if we put the targets correctly and would have one big push, the early game, I think if he went to the side of the wood line of my base, also from the left side, and get behind it, he could have destroyed all the production there and pushed my base down, or for right side he could push the House of Wisdom and something down. But yeah, the map spawn was really good for me. And I'm Abbasid versus Ottomans. I just have to survive. I don't think Ottomans has even the slightest of chance in Imperial Age versus Abbasid. They have, even with all the upgrades, I think the trade is actually still worse. Because Abbasid gets 30% more, and then they get, of that value, 30%, so they get 130%. So they get 40%, also they get 30% of that, I think, in the second resources as well. The traders are cheaper, so maybe it's a little bit less gold, but it's less gold, it's 70% less gold than Ottomans get in theory if they get the other landmark and the Vizier upgrade. But first of all, that's equal upgrades, and you don't do them with Ottomans, because if you are Imperial Age, you normally lose with Ottomans, because it's... What does it give? 240 resources military academy every... 120 resources every minute around. So in Imperial Age, that's 5... That's 5 military academies. That's 600 resources a minute? Yeah, that's not bad, but Imperial Age, also in Feudal Age it would be insane, but in Imperial Age it's okay, yeah, it's fine. Abbasid villagers just worked 25% more, and my units are just better. So he can, also Ottomans can't go knights versus Abbasid, because Abbasid has camels and spearmen. They could go man-at-arms, but they just have basic units with 50% attack speed and maybe an armor or something like that. So either 15% attack speed or what was or some armor or stuff like that. So nothing really great. While Abbasid has the strongest spearman in the game, the best late game cavalry damage dealer, DPS units with the camel archer, the best anti-cavalry unit with the camel rider. They have culverines that hard counter Ottomans, because they actually take out all the siege units really easy, like the big cannon. I think they can two-shot them and you just get 2 of them, and Ottoman siege is really useless. They can go they have the best second best late game archers after English, also basic archers, what actually counters Janissary and spearmen, but mostly the units they can actually go. So I can actually go camel riders, archers, and he can do absolutely nothing against this, because his knights can't fight my camel archers, my camel riders, and my basic archers fights his whole rest of the army with 2-3 culverines behind it, easy going. So yeah, that's just a really tough matchup in Castle Age. And I think Abbasid in theory has really good things to survive until Imperial Age versus Ottomans. They can get faster Castle Age and just get siege units to defend. They can get a lot of keeps. They can drop 2-3 TCs in base to recover from a deficit in Castle Age and just build to these keeps behind around it, like, more or less like Delhi, but they actually have better late game units than Delhi. Also, Abbasid late game is a lot stronger than Delhi late game, and they can more or less do the same. They're just a little bit weaker in the feudal age, or a lot weaker in the feudal age, I would say, and yeah, my trade is better, so yeah. I think he's a really good player. There was a few mistakes for sure, but to be fair, my game was a lot of mistakes too, but yeah, good map spawn plus good matchup was a win still. I hope it was a little bit helpful, and see you guys around. Bye.